For sure. And so definitely we want to be equally yoked. That's the goal. And I would encourage every couple to be equally yoked spiritually. So, spiritual mismatch is often a season, not a sentence. So, I want to unpack a few things here for us to consider today. Number one is understand the season. What does that mean, babe?
Yeah, spiritual growth is rarely in the same pace of things, and so you got to understand where where you guys are at in the season. Like it's not the end of, like you said, it's not a sentence.
Yeah.
It's actually a journey.
And that's going to feel contrived, forced, and not fluid. And vice versa. We each have to have our own personal relationship with Jesus.
That is not,
Yep.
God didn't create your spouse the same like everyone else. And so, you got to be comfortable with how God created your spouse. I think some of these are really hard hitters, meaning from the surface, it looks like they're just totally like, I don't want anything. It could be, I don't want anything to do with God. I don't want to connect with God. But when you get down to the nitty gritty,
Come on.
this is some real heart issues where the enemy wants to take your spouse out.
Comparison is the thief of joy. So if we're comparing our spouse to other spouses, then it's taking away our joy in our spouse. This is one of the biggest mistakes that we can make. And I have to watch this even as my kid's dad. And that is becoming the Holy Spirit for our spouse, trying to be God for them. That's a big no-no. To go ahead and unpack this, babe, because maybe someone today watching or listening is maybe falling prey to this, maybe becoming the Holy Spirit.
So here are some signs of what that looks like. Constant reminders to pray or read the Bible. Sending I'm laughing. Sending sermons, sending messages daily to your spouse.
Especially when you want to get a point across. And so you send a message that they're preaching on to make sure that they hint. That's not going to, just tell them yourself what you want.
Correcting their language or behavior. And I would say like constantly, because sometimes we need some correction, but wow. Measuring their spirituality. And then also, like I said before, comparing them to others. These are just signs that we don't want to do because it adds pressure onto your spouse, right? And the best way to win your spouse is by you just doing it. You showing up in your
Yep.
word, you showing up in your praise and worship, you showing up connecting with the Lord.
That's right.
That's the best way. So it could be won with just your actions, not with
That's right.
your demands.